Hi and welcome to yet another Facemaker video tutorial. I am Nuno and today we'll be talking about how to optimize your watch faces. This is a subject that is covered quite a lot on the Discord server. Many people complain that after they install their watch faces, the watch starts acting crazy. So the UI behaves erratically and is very slow. This is due to your watch face not being optimized. And while you can run unoptimized watch faces on your watch, you should always try to optimize them before you install them. And this is because the watch face might be too taxing on the watch, and it will spend your battery. It will make the watch UI act crazy or very slowly. So this is a subject you should absolutely learn and get acquainted with. So let's go and do this. I prepared some examples so you can see what I'm talking about. So many people simply create their watch faces and then don't care about how many layers they have. So let me open a work in progress watch face I have here, and it's loading. So basically, if we go into the background main container, you will see we have a bunch of images, and this is normal whenever I develop a watch face, since I build them exclusively on Facemaker, and you can see how on my other videos. I have to create a lot of images, and in the end I'll be left with 30-40 images on the background layer. While this should work and could work, especially on watch 3, on GT2 this will most surely, for example, make the watch act crazy because it's too many images for the watch to process. And how can you solve this? Well, usually you would design a watch face on Photoshop or GIMP, and then merge all the layers or export to a single image and then import it into Facemaker. But if you're developing the watch face exclusively on Facemaker, in the end you'll be left with all these images that you need to merge. You need to address this, okay? So how can you do it? Well, this is very easy. On Facemaker you have this icon here on each layer. If you have an image widget that has another image widget beneath, you can merge them. So you'll see that you have this button in every image layer. So you'll notice that the first one, the very bottom one, which is the reference, and by the way, I'm gonna delete it because we don't need it anymore. But for instance, this one, which is the background, you'll notice that it doesn't have that icon because there are no images beneath, so you don't have a widget to merge it with. Okay, so now ideally you should merge the most images you can. Sometimes that's not possible because, for example, let's go in the middle here and had a MP4 animation, and let's put it here. Well, this is not a very good example because nowadays you can merge animations with images, and for example, this image here would be merged with this animation, and it would appear in every frame of this animation. But there are cases where you can. So let me see here. Okay, let's add an image. So you'll notice that I added an image, and now we don't have the merge icon. That's because we have an image combo beneath. You can't merge image combos with anything because they are composed of many images and it's not possible to do it. You can merge image with image sets. So let me just show you here and put the image above the image set. Sorry. What the hell is wrong with me, man? Okay, so there we go. Now the image is above the image set, this image set here, which is that circle, I guess. Yeah, it's that circle there. And now you can merge it. So if we had an image loaded, we could merge it with this image set, and that image would be merged with each and every frame from this image set, okay? So keep that in mind. But right now we're talking about how to optimize your watch face, and the objective here is to merge as much images that you can. So try to reduce the number of images. And for that, we're going to merge all these images here. So this can be quite tedious. And by the way, when you press this button, you'll notice that you have a add and a subtract. This will be covered on another video, but right now just keep in mind that if you want to merge two images, have them both displayed after the merging, you should select add. Okay, so let's proceed, add, and keep your eye here on the right because all the images will be showing there merged. And there we go. So, and you ask me, well, I may want to change that watch face, change something. And if I merge the images, I won't be able to, or it will be harder to do it because the images are merged. Well, do as I do. I usually have two versions of the watch face. I have a work in progress version, a whip version, and when the watch face is done, I merge all the images like this until we have one single image. Okay, now as you can see here, all images were merged into one, and this will be much easier for the watch to process because it's only one image with 466 by 466 pixels. So you know, the watch has to traverse all the pixels in an image in order to display it, and each cycle it does this with all the widgets on your watch face. Okay, so this is why this is so important. In order to optimize a watch face, you should have the least amount of images as possible. So right now we merged this, and now I could save another version. So I would go into the face info and delete the WIP part and submit, and then I would save a version, a final version that I could then export and have only one image in it. Okay, and we would still have the work in progress version. So this is how I do it. Once you have the final version, just go into the face info. The final version being the version with the least amount of images, so with the most images merged. Okay, so you go into the face info, you remove the work in progress part, and then you save that new version. So as you can see now, while before we had 30 something layers, now we have one, and this is great for the watch. You will save on the battery, on the watch CPU, and the watch face will run much faster and efficiently. You'll notice that right now this is a square. You can make it a sphere by coming in here and select to sphere, and there we go. So you see how versatile this is. You can work the way you want and have the number of images you want on a work in progress watch face, and then you can simply merge them, save a different version of your project, and have it exported more efficient, a more efficient watch face. Okay, so this is how I usually do it, and believe me, this will do wonders for your watch face and make it much better designed. Now, I have another example of something you can do to optimize your watch face. So let's say I'm going to press new here, and we'll start a new watch face here. There we go. No, this is not it, sorry. No, I think I can use this watch face, yeah. So let me show you. We have this image here, which is the, no, not with paint. So open with GIMP, there we go. I have to change the default software to open images, and yeah, it was opening with paint, I'm sorry. And there's a new version, thank you GIMP. So we have this image, and you'll notice that the image has a lot of empty pixels all around. So why is this? I mean, of course this image will work just the same as one optimized, but this one will take longer to process on the watch. So I'm gonna override it because I was centering it, and let's start Facemaker here. And we're going to load that image I've just shown you. So I had a background main container, an image widget, and then I'll upload the tough guy image we have on the desktop. So there we go. We have the image here, and of course, as I said, this image would work perfectly if you used it this way, but you have useless pixels around the image data that is visible because these pixels here are transparent, so you don't need them. How can you solve this? So Facemaker has a feature that is called crop to content, and if you press this, look at the widget now. So what Facemaker did was remove those useless pixels all around the image and left the image with only the visible pixels, okay? So this is a very nice way to optimize your watch face, especially if you're using, for example, GT1. Let's go here and into the face info and select the Huawei, Huawei GT, so the GT1, there we go. Now this was the first Huawei GT series, and this watch, while gorgeous, is a little bit limited, and I mean a lot, because if you have, it even has a widget number limit, so you can have, or you can't go beyond the 25 widgets. I mean, you can, but Facemaker will issue a warning telling you that from now on it's dangerous, so I think you should stop. And I mean, yeah, this is because the hardware and the software of this watch is very limited. It only uses the normal build mode, what is called the normal build mode on Facemaker, and it only has, as you'll notice, a single layer of widgets. So only one layer is allowed. You don't have, like you saw with Watch 3 or Watch 4, you don't have multiple, or rather multi-layering. So containers, and inside containers you can add widgets. GT1 doesn't have that, okay? And this happens a lot because many people still use GT1, and once in a while someone drops in on the Facemaker Discord server complaining their watch is acting crazy. And this is why, because they usually do this. They get images from the internet and they import them. Let me show you here ours 12, and let's go into the library and load one of these hands. Now you'll see that the images on the Facemaker library are well optimized. They're cut to the shape of the image, and they have the pivot already set. But most people import images, and usually they come from Samsung and Wear OS watch faces, and you know, they're unoptimized images, and by unoptimized they come like this. So let me show you. Crop to canvas, and there we go. Now you'll notice that the image is the same size as the watch canvas, 454 by 454. So this image is huge, and especially when you have a limited hardware like the Huawei GT1 has, this will most surely make your watch face act, it will make your watch act crazy, to say the least. So you should optimize this, and let's say you imported an image that's the same size as the watch canvas. In this case, we have a rotary, which are the worst kind of widgets to have full screen, because they're always moving. Well, not the hours 12, but the seconds, for example. So if I press play, you'll see that at each second the hand moves, and the watch has to update all those 454 by 454 pixels each second, and the Huawei GT can't handle it. So we have to optimize this image. And how do we do that? Well, we go in here, and as I've shown you before, you press crop to content. Now you'll notice that in the case of a rotary, you have this pivot set. So when you crop the image, Facemaker tries to calculate its location even after having cropped the image. So let me show you. You'll see that the pivot is here. So let's do crop to content, and there we go. So the image is now optimized. It will only be 41 by 139 in the end. So we saved a lot of pixels here, and the pivot is still located on the same spot. So this is something you could and you should always do when you import images, external images from other watch faces. They're usually not optimized, especially those you find on Telegram and forums or sites of the sort of that share watch faces. They're usually not optimized. Some of the watch faces are even terrible, and this is because they don't care about optimizing the watch face. They just want to share it, and most don't care about the structure or if the images are well optimized or not. So just to show you here, let's revert that change we made. So we cropped it to content, and now let's crop the canvas. Let's make it the same size as the canvas again. Now I am going to export the watch face. Now it's creating all the necessary images, and this is the watch face you have here. So let's go into the res folder, and you'll notice that since the image is 454 by 454, and you can most surely open it on GIMP to check it. There we go. So all these useless pixels will have to be processed by the CPU, and of course you don't want that. Now let's change that. Let's go in here and crop the content. There we go. And now let's export. There we go. Now let's go into the watch face, res, and now you see that the image is much smaller, and it will work just the same in the end. So here on GIMP. So the difference is this or this. You choose. I guess that this one will be processed in less than 10% of the time that this one takes to process. And you're only, 2 clicks away from achieving it. So if you have this, remember, crop the content, okay? Now, we have other advices. Let me check here. We can, for example, add a bunch of images, just like that. And here I am going to load from the library. There you go. So this is in no way sponsored by Audi or any other brand, car brand. There we go. And load all the others. These images exist on the library just so you can load your car logo and use it. So this is in no way sponsored. The only sponsors that Facemaker has are its users. Okay, we have all these images and they could be optimized. So for that you have this function here, which is the image optimizer. So you press it and Facemaker will remove all the all the clutter, all those EXIF headers that usually images have. So you press OK, and there we go. All color profiles and EXIF data have been removed. So what this does is it optimizes the images. It removes information that is not needed for the image itself running on the watch face. So what this means is that you can have the same information, the same image. This wasn't compressed or anything. I mean, the image wasn't compressed. I just removed useless information from the image. And now it displays just the same as before, but that useless information was removed from all the images. Now I'm going to show you another way to optimize your watch faces, but this won't work with Huawei. So this is only applicable to Amazfit, and even still, this should work only for GTR 1 and 2, or GTS, GTS 2. What this does is it compresses the images on export. So if we go into the preferences, you'll see that we have compression tab here. So you can enable the Png Quant. What this does is it quantizes the images to make them as small as possible while maintaining the same visual information. So it should almost be lossless, the compression. I mean, you shouldn't notice any difference on the image themselves, but they should be smaller after the export process. So what you do, and remember, I don't advise you to use this if you have a Huawei watch. I mean, you can use this method for the watch series. So watch 3 and watch 4 will run compressed images. GT series, forget about it, don't even use it. So if you have this option enabled, just disable it if you have a GT series watch. Okay, so you can set the minimum and maximum quality. So we could come in here and define 60% for the minimum quality and 80 for the maximum. And the JPEG quality affects this JPEG. So after exporting, Facemaker creates a preview images that is used on the watch. This one here. So these images are usually large. This one is not, it's only 17.9 kilobytes. And this one, let me show you one that is not. So perhaps this one. Let me see here. I'm not sure if this is GTR4 for Amazfit, but usually the image, yeah, it's GTR4, so it won't serve as an example for this, so it doesn't matter. So keep in mind that if you want to use this feature here, the compression, this is only useful for Amazfit or the Huawei watch series watches. So this one here, Watch 4, Watch 4 Pro, Watch 3, and so on. GT series, the images will be corrupted in the end, so don't use this, okay? And this will affect the Png Quant settings, so the minimum and maximum quality. And this one will affect those preview images I showed you. So these, the JPEGs, okay? And this can save you a lot of, of watch size in the end. Let me see if I have a watch face that I can show you here. I guess this is, no, this one. I think this is Huawei. Now let me see here. Yeah, this is Watch 3. Okay, this is perfect. So let's say, for instance, that we export it. I'm so sorry. This is supposed to have, we're supposed to have a always on display for the watch series. And I'm going to have some image from the library here. You should at least have a background image on the always on display. For starters, I'm going to the preferences, compression, and this is disabled, and the JPEG quality is on 0.7. So let's make it 0.9 and submit, okay? And now let's export. Oh, I think I have, yeah. We can't use this watch face because it has styles, and I would have to build those styles. So yeah, I'm not gonna lose time with this. Let's close. Oh my god, I have to delete this style and press close. Okay, so let's go into the HFM folder. No, it's only Zepp. Okay, I think I can load another. I'm so sorry. I feel like I should have prepared better for this video, but clearly I haven't. So I'm sorry for this. Let me see here. Let me choose a nice watch face for this example. So I have one here for the GT3. This one is great. So I'm gonna copy it and put it here. You'll see it in just a second. So okay, let's close this. And now let's open that file I've just imported. So it should be here, and watch faces, and it's the terminus. Okay, this is a Huawei GT3 watch face, gorgeous one of my latest. So yeah, you see has lunar face and all that. So right now I'm going to check the export and disable the PNG quant and set the JPEG quality to 0.9. So submit. And now let's export. And there we go. Now you'll notice that the watch face itself, which is this file here, it's 1.6 megabytes. So this is huge. And you'll also see that the preview images, so this one 199, and this one must be smaller, yeah, 39 kilobytes, and this one 395. So this is they're huge, and they use a lot of space on the watch face itself. Let's go into the preferences, compression, and lower this quality. So I'll go with 0.4 and now export. So you'll remember that the watch face itself was 1.6 megabytes. So let's export now. And this should be fast. So you see that we now have saved 100 kilobytes. Well, it's not a lot, I mean, but it's something. I believe that it's the AOD that's occupying all that space. We made this one smaller. I'm not sure why the AOD image is not being compressed, but I believe this is the one that is causing all that increment in size. So now I'm going to show you what happens if you enable the Png Quant. So exporting this with the Png Quant will take more time because each image will be compressed before being packaged. So you'll notice that now it's creating images. And we were at 1.4, I think. And now you see we have a watch face that's 822 kilobytes. So almost half the size. And if you go and check out the images, they're the same. The quality, they haven't lost quality. So this is something you can do to optimize your watch faces and make them smaller. Just remember not to use the Png Quant with the GT series, but you can use the JPEG quality, and this will dramatically make your watch faces smaller. Okay, so okay, let's submit, and this is more or less what I wanted to talk about how to optimize your watch faces. There are other methods. For example, if you really want to make your watch face smaller, many people don't know this, but for Huawei, for example, this is the watch face itself, what you will import into your watch in the end. Okay, so let's delete all the rest, like that. And now we have only the watch face. What many people don't know is that this is a zip file renamed to HWT. So you can simply 7-zip, extract to terminus GT3, and there we go. It's extracted, and now you can see that the watch face is here, but you can access the images. They are in binary format here, okay, so remember that. But what many people do to make the watch face smaller, and you'll notice that right now it's 822 kilobytes. What we can do here is go into the preview and remove these images. And remember, you won't have a preview image on your watch. But look what happens now when I zip it back. So add to terminus gt3.zip. And the watch face is now 368 kilobytes. So half of the original watch face. So now you could simply delete this HWT, come in here and rename the zip to HWT, and this watch face would work just the same on your watch. You simply wouldn't have a preview image on the watch, but the rest would work. So there we go. So we started with a 1.6 megabytes watch face, and we made it 368 kilobytes in the end. How great is that? By the way, I also forgot about talking the image sets and image combos. So what you've seen up until here was me cropping images and making them smaller. But you can also use that method on image sets, image combos, and just about almost any widget type. So let me show you here. If I go and press new, like this, and let's add not a background but a widget main container, and we'll select, let's say, battery. There we go. And now I had a image combo. Battery and press generate. Now we have generated the necessary images to create this image combo. Let me choose another font here. Now if I zoom in, you'll notice, and let me lock the container, you will notice that this widget has empty space all around. And this is unnecessary, because if you come in here and check each and every frame, those empty pixels all around aren't needed. So we can dispose of them. And now do we do that? Well, again, with the crop to content. So look at the numbers here. And there we go. Now, all those useless pixels were removed from each and every image here, and the images will be smaller in the end. So remember, you can do this with just about any widget type and optimize the images and crop them to the maximum. So let me show you another trick here, this time with an image set. So let's load the battery and press generate. So the Facemaker will create the smallest image as possible usually. So this is completely optimized. You don't need to optimize this, because if we press crop to content, you'll notice that the size hasn't changed because it is already optimized. But if we choose circle here, for example, there we go, and let's add some sectors here and see how this works. Yeah, it's working correctly. And zoom in. And now that we have this, I'm going to do crop to canvas. So imagine you imported this image, this set of images that create this circle. We have, as before, we have a lot of useless pixels all around. And they are not needed. I mean, they don't contribute anything to the image set. So as before, you select the crop to content feature here, and voila. Facemaker will cut all the images to include only the necessary information, where there are not empty pixels, okay? And we have a fully transparent image, but Facemaker just ignores it when it's resizing the images and makes it the same size as the larger one in the set, so this one here, okay? So this is how you optimize your watch faces. You can use the crop to content to cut all the useless pixels from an image and make them smaller. You can use the compression feature here and enable the PNG quants at a minimum and maximum quality and the JPEG quality. And remember not to use this with a GT series from Huawei. Anything else will happily work with this, okay? What else? So you can also run the image optimizer, and Facemaker will remove all the useless information from all the images in your watch face. And finally, you could use those, you could remove those useless images that you don't need and make the watch face much smaller, like I did with this one. And that's all for this video, guys, and I would like to thank you for watching it. I hope you'll also take a look at my other videos on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe and like if you liked it, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Bye!